Hey everybody, it's Carl Brown from Pt.3 Today we're going to take a look at verse 3 for the Love of God by Steve I. Now he starts throwing a little bit more advanced stuff in this, so the song is really starting to ramp up here. So we're going to take our time and just look at this verse, and in the next lessons we're going to start the solo. So it starts with the same melody here that we have. It's still over the same verse chord progression, and we have the same lick. Alright, so while you're doing that whole step bend, you're going to add some harmonics to it by picking the note again while it's already bent. Alright, so just those B harmonics, mine is right there between the pickups there. And then we have a whole step bend and release twice. The 15th fret on the B string. So that's this whole step bend and release. Then pick 12 on the high E, 15 on the B, and then the 14th fret on the G string. Whole step bend and release, pull off the 12, and bend 14 up a whole step again. So far we have. Alright, now you need to grab the whammy bar here. You're going to play the 15th fret on the B string, cover the rest of the strings with your two fingers behind that, and you got to really listen. You're going to dive it down from this note to this note. So alright, so it's a nice, slow, gradual bar dive, and you got to control it all the way down to that note. So, you know, I'm actually not the greatest at, I'll admit, this trim system thing. I don't use it that much, but obviously if you want to do a Steve I song, he uses it all over the place. He's the absolute best at it. So, you got to practice it a little bit. So, after that bend, then we have probably what I think is one of the hardest trim bar things that he does. He does this. Now, what's going on there is he does the standard lick that we start the verse melody with. Bends it up a whole step, but he also adds to that by pulling back on the bar to reach this note. So you're pulling back the bar a minor third while you're doing a whole step bend. So that gives it the illusion that you're bending it that far up. So it goes. But he does it really quickly, and then bring the bent note back down. So alright, so when the note is back down there flat, he does what's called a touch harmonic. So how you do that is just you touch the fret, the string right above the fret, 12 frets up from the note that you're playing. So that's the 10th fret, so we're going to play the 22nd fret up here on the same string. Just let your finger slightly touch that. I use my middle finger there since I'm holding the pick. So we got. And then you bend it up when you hit that harmonic. So. Alright, then you pick it again when it's bent. And you did that minor third pull up and release, and then bend it back up. Alright, so that's kind of a intricate little passage. Alright, then we have this lick. Alright, so that's just a whole step bend. Pick the 12, pull off 15 to 12 on the B string. Then whole step bend at the 14th fret. Then pick the 15th fret on the high E string with your pinky there. And then you release that bend, pick the 14 and release the bend. And then pull off to the 12th fret, and then bend the 14th back up a whole fret, a whole step, sorry. Alright, then we have this little chromatic line. Kind of chromatic and bluesy and stuff. So we're raking into this 12th fret here on the B string and doing a hammer pull, the 13 back to the 12. Then for the 15th fret on the G string, go 15, 14, 13, 12. Then back to 14, then 15. So you skipped the 13 on the way back up. Then you do that hammer and pull off again at the 12 and 13 on the B. Then pull off 15, 14, 12 on the G. Over to the 14th fret on the D string. Then pick 12 twice on the G string. Hammer on to the 14th fret. All together. Then you're gonna pull off from 14 to the open G string. And then you just do a little bar dub. Alright, so after that little bar dive, so that's a hold that bend at the 15th fret on the B string. Then we have that's just a quick 12th fret on the high E string, then a pull off from the 15 to 12 on the B, hammer back to the 15th fret on the B string, then back to the 12th fret on the high E. Then we have a pre-bend at the 14th fret on the G string, whole step bend, then 12 on the G, 14 on the D, back to 12 on the G. We're going to end this phrase with just a pull off from 14 to 12 on the D, then slide from 14 to 12 on the A string, then pick 10. Alright, now we have this little phrase, which is a little bit awkward bends here because you're going to be bending with your first finger, but we have this. Alright, so that is, you kind of slide with your 10th, with your third finger down to the 10th fret on the B, just from nowhere, really. And he does it with an artificial harmonic, kind of random. And then you pick 8 on the B, then 9 on the G, back to 10 on the B. Then a whole step bend at the 8th fret with your first finger on the B string. And then pick this again, 8, 9, 10, and then do the whole step bend again. So we got. Then you pick 8, 10. Then shift up to your first finger at the 10th fret and do. Now you're hitting harmonics there. Hit an artificial harmonic sliding down from 10 to 8 very fast 3 times. Then pick 9 on the G, 10 on the B, and then slide from 8 to 10 on the B. Alright, now we're going to end this verse with this cool lick. Here we go. I'm sorry. It'd be good if I actually learned it. Here we go. Alright, so that's a cool little, mostly legato lick. We're going to slide into the 8th fret, pulling from 8 to 7, Then put 9 to 7 here on the G, pulling off. Now you can pick the first note on each string, or you can do what he does a lot, which is kind of just doesn't pick the notes as they go across, just hammers them on from nowhere. Until he wants to accentuate a note, which he does here on the D string when he picks the 9th fret and slides it back to 7. Then you pull off the 5, and then do that hammer on out of nowhere on the 7th fret and pull off to the 5th fret. And then you play 7, slide into the G, on the G string, slide into the 9th fret. After you slide there, you play the 7, then pull off 9 to 7 on the D. Then you play 9, pull off the 7, and then slide down to 7, pull down off the 5. We're on the A string now. Pick 7, and then slide from 5 to 7. Alright, so that concludes this verse. The next thing we're going to look at is the solo. Now, this is obviously the most dramatic part of the song, so hope you guys will tune in for that one. Alright, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.